Listen up, mortals. They will make cemeteries their cathedrals, and your cities will be like tombstones. Demons 1 and 2 4K standard editions.
I'm going to compare them to all the 4Ks that have come out before it. And even the Blu Rays. Why not? Let's get into it. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing sort of an unboxing and comparison of all of the different 4Ks for the standard release of Demons and Demons 2. Synapse has put them out quite a few times in the United States, and I believe like Arrow and another company in Germany has put out other versions out there. I'm going to be making comparisons to the audio, the visual, the extras, and things like that. So if you do have one of these sets or are wondering if you should pick these up, well, I'll give you all the comparisons so you can make that decision for yourself. I think you'll be surprised. I did a lot of work on this video, a lot of research just to do the video, and I've re-recorded this video 3 times. So buckle up, sit down. If you make it to the end, I swear to God, I'll fucking love you forever. These movies are coming out on the 13th of this month. So August 13th, you will be able to get your hands on these movies. I'll get into the ingredients and stuff afterwards, but just so you know, there is a reversible side to both of these. First up, I want to let you know I am a huge Demons fan. And if you've never seen these movies and you like gore and you like zombies, well, you have no excuse not to watch these movies. Demons 1 and 2 are some of my most favorite, cherished movies that I've ever seen. Not only do they have kick-ass soundtracks from 80s like gods, but they also have music from amazing score makers like Claudio Simonetti, Simon Boswell, who did the sequel. These movies are filled to the brim with gore. You will never see another movie made like this, I think, ever again. I hope we do. Let's just put it that way. To give you a breakdown, the first movie is about a bunch of random strangers get tickets to see a movie, this ticket, by a weird man in a mask that's played by Michele Soavi, also a director. They go to the theater, get trapped in to watch this movie about demons, and everybody starts turning into demons.
Hey, so Mike DJing this gig at the Metropole? Be really cool if, like, you came. Alright, see you later. Dubstep rules!
It's one of the first meta films back in the day, and it gets some of the most creative and gnarly gore that you will see in a movie. There are people that change into these creatures. Hell, there's even demons that come out of demons. This was directed by Lamberto Bava, the son of Mario Bava, who is basically the father of a lot of horror stuff. He's probably one of the reasons why we got slashers in America, and he gave birth to his son, who made some pretty gnarly movies too. Now, the sequel, which is part 2 here, Demons 2, is no longer in a theater that people were trapped in and couldn't get out and turned into demons, but now it's an apartment complex. Very similar story. They're watching something on the TV that's a documentary, literally, and I'm pretty sure about this movie, or at least what happened in this movie. Can we get any more meta? The apartment complex is all kind of watching this in the documentary or slash movie or whatever they're watching on the TV. They get attacked, and then people turn into demons in the movie, and people who are watching the TV, watching this like a documentary, and a demon comes through the television at a girl's birthday party, and she tears everyone apart. This movie has dog demons, baby demons, and alien melting blood. Like, their blood is so hot that it melts steel beams through all of the different levels of the apartment complexes. It's bananas. Fast forward to today, we got these releases. There's been many since then. We got the Blu Rays here from Synapse, which I got. They're the Steelbook editions. Now, every release has always gotten their tickets to the Metropole. This one has the gold foil, and I actually really like that one. The sequel is a invitation to the birthday party that the girl turns into a demon and kills everyone, and they were included in these. So I got both of these at the time. At the time, both of these cost $50 a pop. Sometime later, we also got a 4K. It was released in the UK for Arrow. Arrow put out this crazy box set that nobody likes. The box set, I mean, in particular, because of how it comes apart. And I'll show you here. If you look at this case, when you put it on the shelf, you're gonna pull it and look what it does. It's cool. I love the way it looks. I think it's amazing. It's so cool. But yeah, it is kind of a pain in the butt to have on the shelf. And so therefore you have this inside of it, which is a double-sided, sort of media book. Comes with the ticket. And then there's the release on there. These are both 4K, by the way, which all of these releases, I will tell you something about them in a little bit that will help you to decide whether or not you want to get the new ones or not. This also came with like a hard book. Fantastic set, really. It also came with a poster, which you can see behind me is a double-sided poster. It has Demons 2 right here, and then it has this image. Then the next release came out in America. Synapse seems to do the ones in America, and they put out Demons 1 and 2 in 4K in America. Pretty much the same thing as these. This release is exactly the same as these two right here, because some people, they really just like to have the individual cases for each of their movies, and I think they wanted to please their fans and put them out in that regard too, so that it wasn't just, this. But some of us have so many movies, we're trying to conserve space. Me, I'm just like, whatever, I'll live outside if I have to. But yeah, this release is pretty much the same thing as these two releases. This release actually came with a different poster though. So you get this like really cool one of the first mask in the first movie in the Metropole, which I've never seen anywhere else. That is like very unique, but it does come with the card and it comes with the birthday greeting. These seem to be passed around because on the back you can see that it has information about the transfer, which all of them have since the actual DVD Blu Ray ones. They're all done from Bologna, Italy. Arrow did sort of a collaboration with theirs. Since these movies were done from the original negative, basically visually done in the same studio in Bologna, Italy, the visual transfers from this one, and these are pretty much the exact same. In fact, the menus are even the same in all of these. They just don't have the arrow thing at the very bottom. The differences I found, and I sat down for a very long time listening to different parts of the movie, and I also watched it to see if there was any color changes in it, and you will find no differences that I can see visually between any of them. So if you felt bad that you missed out on this set and you didn't get it, you're really only missing out on the booklet and maybe this weird cool packaging and these tape pieces that keep coming off that I can't keep on and is really annoying. And the poster that's in this one. The audio has been redone by Synapse. Synapse decided that what they were going to do from this transfer, because Arrow did the audio, I believe, on this one with the studio, the Bologna studio, because there was some edits in the US version, kind of made the movie sound funky a little bit. So they tried to do their best to make sure that it didn't sound terrible. In this version, the very first Demons, the sound in it is not that good. I don't know what it is about it, but it just doesn't come through as bassy or as punchy. But when I listen to the US version of the movie on here, it sounds crisp bass. Like you can hear the humming and the buzzing. It's still present in the Arrow release, but in this release, or this release if you want, of the first movie, the US theatrical or the US version uncut is actually pretty damn good. And I like it because it adds like a little bit more atmosphere to the movie. They added some cues in the US version that sound very bassy and really atmospheric that I really like. And I've actually now watched the US version more than I do the original version, or I should say the international original version, the English language version. There is also the Italian on here, which I didn't really compare to, but it gives you an idea that the sound quality seems a little bit better on this one than the Arrow release for some reason. So they've done a better job on this release. And if you happen to have the Arrow release, well, you could probably just pick up this one or both of them and still be able to have, you know, both versions of the film and still feel like you got the sound quality that you wanted. You know, if you're fine with the other Arrow release, I totally get it, but I personally prefer this one. So to sum it up, we have this version, which has 1 and 2. The audio on this one is not as good as the ones that Synapse put out, which they apparently redid on their own. More impactfully, the Demons 1 audio for the US theatrical cut has less bass in this version than Demons 1 on this and this. However, I am under the understanding that Synapse did do audio for both movies for both of these releases. And if that helps you out, I hope it does, because I really actually prefer the US theatrical cut now with the extra padded layers in there for the atmosphere. It just feels so much better than the original international English language one, where there's like just nothing. It's just like crickets and like, you know, outside noises or something like that. It doesn't have any kind of atmospheric pads or anything to it. Overall, they're all the same except for the audio, which I think Synapse does just a better job at overall. But both of them, personally, you'll be fine. But if you want to make sure you have the best of the best, I would highly recommend getting the Synapse version. Make sense? Are you with me? I hope I'm doing a good job of explaining this. But I thought somebody should do a video of it because no one has. Like, I've seen everybody with all these other different versions, but they never compare the 4Ks. And I wanted to be one of the people that actually did all of the 4Ks on it. This one, if you have never picked it up, do not feel like you missed out, other than maybe the cool packaging, maybe some posters and the book and stuff, because honestly, I think these are the best versions of them. Visually, they're all the same. If the US version is that good, then I'm assuming both of these movies have really good audio, and Synapse is the winner when it comes to that. Some people didn't like this release. They thought it was a little too bland. This one a little too wild. And some people didn't even like the covers of these. But it's all demons at the end of the day. And if you like the movies, I think you're gonna do really well by picking up the standard editions. And right now, you can pick them up on Amazon for super cheap.
Links below.
Then finally, we're going to go over the extras on these two discs that are on the last release of the double set from Synapse, but I'll just go over it with you to give you an idea what's on there, and let's do that now. As comparison to this, by the way, this set has an extra commentary track on each of the movies that will not be on the set of Synapse or the single standard releases of both movies. The only difference between those two on this and the extras is that this actually has an extra commentary track for each movie. First up, we got Demons, and this is the 4K. It does not come with a Blu Ray, by the way, so it is just by itself. We get the cover here that you can see in the back side. If you open it up, you get the disc here, which is 4K only. We also get the ingredients, which is the Metropole ticket and the Synapse films. By the way, the ticket in this one is a little bit smaller than the one that was in the double Demons 1 and 2 collector's edition one, but I don't think it really matters. It's just for fun. On the other side, you do get the reversible sleeve if you would like, which is of the original artwork of Demons, which a lot of people really love that one. This is just, you know, a classic, right? Now for on the disc, what we have is a Dolby Vision HDR10 compatible. They got two versions of the film, the full-length original cut in the English and Italian, and the shorter US version featuring alternative dubbing and sound effects, which is the one that I actually prefer. We get DTS HDMA English and Italian, 5.1 on the English, 2.0 on the Italian. They'll let you pick that when you start up the movie, so you can't switch it while you're watching the movie. You have to go back to the menu in order to pick it each time. Just FYI. Got new audio commentary by critics Kat Ellinger and Heather Drain, who are the co-hosts of the Hells Bells podcast. We got commentary with director Lamberto Bava, special effects artist Sergio Stivoletti, and composer Claudio Simonetti and actress Gioretta. Produced by Dario Argento, obviously a new visual essay by author and critic Michael McKenzie, exploring the legendary filmmaker's career as a producer. We get the Demon Days interview with writer, producer, director Dario Argento. We also get the Defining an Era of Music with Claudio Simonetti, Splatter Spaghetti style interview from longtime Argento collaborator Luigi Cozzi. We also get Carnage at the Cinema, Lamberto Bava and his splatter masterpiece, Dario and the Demons producing Monster Mayhem, Monstrous Memories, Luigi Cozzi, The Making of Demons, Profondo Jones, The Critical Perspective, Splatter Stunt Rock interview with Octaviano Delia Acqua, the Stivoletti question Q&A at the 2019 UK Festival of Fantastic Films, and the original Italian and English international theatrical trailers, plus the US theatrical trailer, newly translated optional English SDH subtitles for English version, and the newly translated English subtitles for the Italian version. So you got it all. Next, we got Demons 2, which of course has this kind of on the front. It looks a little, I don't know why, but it looks a little faded, and I don't know what they did, but they put something over top of it to kind of make it look that way. And I'm not 100% sure why, because it makes it look washed out a little bit. I don't know if that's just me or it was just something, an oversight or whatever, but they do have, you know, stuff on the back, which is a lot of just everything that's on the disc. We also open it up here. We get the Demons 2 disc with the birthday candles. That seems to be a popular cover back in the day. You get the birthday card invitation with the catalog, of course, that we always get in these. The reversible side is this, which I kind of like. I kind of like it, but I also like seeing all the demons' faces as well. So I might just keep that one on the front here, even if it is feels a little washed out anyway. Minor gripes. We do get some extras on here that I'll go over with you now. This obviously is HDR10 compatible, uncompressed DTS HDMA English 5.1 and Italian 5.1 and 2.0 audio mixes derived from the original archival audio masters, uncompressed DTS HDMA English 2.0 True Stereo Theatrical Mix. New audio commentary by film critic Travis Crawford. We got Bava da Bava interview with Luigi Cozzi of the history of Italian horror. Creating Creature Carnage interview with Sergio Stivoletti. Demonic Influencers, Federico Zampiglione, who speaks. And then we also have The Demons Generation. Rory Bava discusses the legacy and lacerations. The New Blood of an Italian Horror featuring Sergio Stivoletti, who did the special effects. Screaming for a sequel, The Delirious Legacy of Demons 2 with Lamberto Bava, a soundtrack for Splatter, The Delirious Legacy of Demons 2 with Lamberto Bava, a soundtrack for Splatter interview with composer Simon Boswell, Together and Apart, a new visual essay on the space and technology in Demons and Demons 2 by author and critic Alexandra Heller Nichols, and also original Italian and English theatrical trailers, newly translated optional English SDH and for the English version and also for the Italian version. So we got these and they're out on the 13th for you to be able to pick up for yourself. If you're looking to just have the cases or the covers for them, or be a bananas person like me and own them all. Some of these were gifted to me, some of them I picked it up. But I certainly love Demons. Are you gonna pick up a copy? What do you think about these two releases? Are you going to pick up the standard editions? Are you content with your versions? The other versions you can't pick up anymore on 4K, so maybe on like eBay or something like that, but I'm sure they're pretty pricey. These are actually pretty good if you don't mind all the extra stuff and you don't mind missing out on a little bit of commentaries, but the sound quality is totally top notch. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you, MVD, and of course, Synapse, for sending these out to me. I really appreciate you. And of course, I hope you guys enjoy them as well. We got a couple more things from the festival that I was doing, Fantasia. And after that, we got a huge haul, my friends, that you are not going to want to miss. So thanks for coming by. And as always, long live the void.